Good morning, folks. Frank Zorrilla here. I want to do a quick video morning watch list. The 12th of July. I just went through one of my scans, and it's got a ton of names. Over the last couple of days, like I've been telling you guys in the room, we've had a tremendous amount of stocks down 3 days or more in a row. Yesterday we had 765, I think. Today we have 520. The day before we have 500 and change, which is a little odd because the market is trading pretty much at highs. Okay, you typically don't see that amount of stocks down, 3 days or more. You only see that usually when we have these type of pullbacks. So it's a little strange that we're having it here. The Qs are trading by the highs. The Dow hit 27,000. It might be just the IWM, which has been lagging. So the point is we have a lot of names, okay? You can call that a negative divergence where it's, the market is going up, but most stocks are not going up along with the market. That might be the case. That could be a positive or a negative. We won't know until after the fact, okay? Negative divergence, that doesn't have to resolve itself by the market going down. As a matter of fact, it resolves itself 8 out of 10 times with with individual names going up and catching up to the market. Okay, so negative divergence, overbought indicators don't work as well as oversold indicators. That's just the bottom line. So again, 528 names down 3 days or more today. It's a significant amount just based on what the market has been doing over the last couple of days. However, we got the setups. We put the trades in, and they trigger, and the market would do the rest. Okay, so I just went through one scan. I just have a ton of names, and 2 names that are left over, or 3 names that are left over from from yesterday or 2 days ago. But let's take a look at CMG. Stock is down 3 days in a row, which is what this scan is all about. I like the stock going through 746.44, so a buy stop for me would be 746.54, which is 10 cents above yesterday's highs, with a stop here at 736.31. Beautiful chart. Stock's been trading sideways ever since, for the most part, August, and it looks great. So that's, whether it works or not, it's a different story, but that's my buy stop, 746.54, with a stop at 736.31. Owed to a very similar situation to CMG, trading sideways for a while, ever since March. As you can see here, the moving averages are hugging the 10, 20, 50, and 63. All that means, very simply, is the stock has done nothing for the last 65 days. I like the down 3 days in a row. I like the stock going through yesterday's highs, which is 349.95. Buy stop 350.05, with a stop at the lowest, red day low, which is right over here, 342.78. Lulu, another high price name, down 3 days in a row. I like the stock going through 184.81. Buy stop 184.51, with a stop right over here, 181.60. Hubs, which is a weekly portfolio name. It's not down 3 days in a row, but look, it looks, to me, it looks great. The stock's been trading sideways since the beginning of the year. The high here was 179 or 180, and it's at 180 now. Moving averages are hugging. I like the stock going through this high, 179.98. Buy stop on a daily basis, 180.08, with a stop here at the low of the day, at yesterday's low, which is 176.10. Roll down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days in a row, printed inside day. I like the stock going through right over here, 163.45. Buy stop 163.55, with a stop right over here at 160.61. And again, with this particular scan, with stocks that are down 3 days or more in a row, what you want to do is you want to sell on the way up, and then every day at the close, you want to raise the stop to the previous day low, or to that day's low. Like, for example, right over here, stock is down 1, 2, 3, 4. So on this day, pre-market, the buy stop would have been here, 143, with a stop at 140.75. And then here at the close on Monday, after you bought the stock, your stop goes from this low, 140.75, to this low right over here, which is 142.04. On this close, you've been selling some on the way up, more than likely. Your stop goes from here, from 142.04 to 144.71, and then the following day, you probably sell more on the way up, and your stop goes from this low to this low over here, which is 147.32, and then you go to this low, which is 147.80, then to this low, which is 149.02, and then if you just do this and you still have some left, you're going to get stopped out of everything here on 610 once it breaks through this low. So this is the way this scan works, okay? MKC, similar to CMG and ULTA, sideways for a while. Moving averages are hugging. Again, all that means very simply, the stock has done nothing for 65 days for the most part. Down 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. What do we have here? We have a pattern of lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, and lower lows. What we're looking for a break of that pattern. A break of that pattern would be going through this high, which is 158.11. For me, my buy stop would be 158.21 with a stop right over here, 155.95. ICLR, down 5 days in a row. I like the stock going through 150.96, buy stop 151.06, and a stop right over here 148.76. That's the original stop. CHKP, sideways, since April. I like the stock going through 120.30 with a buy stop of 120.40 and a stop here at the low of the day, 118.80. So all these buy stops are pretty much 10 cents above the previous day's highs. Here, DLV, again, all the moving averages are hugging, which means the stock has done pretty much nothing ever since April. As you can see here, high is 97.03. We're at 97.60 and 97.63. I like the stock going through 98.94 with a stop right over here at 96.72. RS, similar situation, nothing at all for a few months. I like the stock going through down multiple days in a row. I like the stock going through 91.42 with a stop right over here at 90.36. GRA, same thing, down multiple days in a row. I like the stock going through 77.10 with a stop right over here at 76.03. Cure, little biotech name, down 4 days in a row. I like the stock going through 70.50 with a stop at 68.04. MEDP, down multiple days in a row. I like the stock going through 63.14 with a stop at 62.17, $62. Some of these names that are a little bit more illiquid, just you might want to give a little bit more room because they might shake you out. So 62.17, 61.90, not much of a difference, okay? Dow, same thing, down multiple days in a row. Here we have the update. I like the stock going through 48.06 with a stop of 47.18. UPLD, which is a weekly portfolio name. It's not down 3 days in a row, but the MAs are hugging. I like the stock going through 47.98 with a stop on a daily basis at roughly 46.40. This is not it. This is not the one. Let me take this one out. Hold on a second. We remove Chewy. RUHN. Chinese names. They're looking to turn around some of these Chinese names. This stock printed an inside day. I like the stock going through $3.66 with a stop right over here at the low, 350. Call it 345. What I meant to put was Chewy, CHUY. Okay, let's look at that. Stock's been trading sideways for a while. Call it whatever it is, 8 months. Down 3 days in a row. As you can see here, what you have is you have a stock that's pretty much in the downtrend. All that means very simply, this is a very strong downtrend. All that means very simply is that the sellers are in control. Here it got to a level where, the buyers and sellers more than likely found some type of level. The buyers probably found value here at these levels, and or the sellers are running out of supply. That's it. It found equilibrium. It found a medium where buyers are stepping in, and as you can see here, it's been going back and forth from roughly, call it what's the high here, $23 back to 20, 23, 20, 23, 20, 23, 20, and then finally here it looks like the buyers are no longer waiting to buy the stock right over here at 20. They're trying to keep it here. They're stepping up. This is what usually happens when you have a base like this, that at the very end the stock starts to tighten up at higher levels, and then that's when it takes off. So I like Chewy going through 22.62. It doesn't trade much. You got to give a little bit more room. So maybe a stop right over here at $22 or $21.90. There's another one, Yext, which I forgot to add on the list. Again, hasn't done much since March. Moving averages are hugging. I like this stock going through right over here, 2101. Buy stop 2111 with a stop right over here at 2026, 2020. So we have a lot of names in the list. So we have roughly 18 names in the list. We have no idea which stock is going to trigger. We don't know which stock will be the best performing stock on this list here today over the next 5 days, 5 to 6 days. We have no idea. All we know is we know the buy stops, we know the sell stops, and then we have to figure out how much we want to risk. That's the market, okay? So you don't do one trade, you take a series of trades. So that way one trade doesn't ruin you, okay? You try to put the same amount of money behind every single trade, because again, we just don't know how things are going to work out, okay? So trade them well and be well.